Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are within it. I'm going to go ahead and take these cards, even though they just fell out, but like I was saying before, in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Pisces and Virgos on Saturdays. And for those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the link is in the description. And as a final heads up, sometimes the cards in the deck like to flip over like this one did. Usually I don't take them unless they pop out like these ones have. And normally I would have put a group this big back, but it just felt right. Felt inclined to do it. So I'm gonna keep shuffling until we get about 3 more cards, and then we can get started on your reading with your overall energy. All right, so just as a reminder, if you guys like the readings, go ahead and leave a comment or a like, because it really helps out the channel. But your overall energy is the King of Cups, right? And the King of Cups talks about water signs, such as yourselves. That's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So I feel like for right now, you guys might be in a state of mind where you're trying to... It's very interesting, right? Because I see 2 kings and a queen. So I feel like you're trying to, if not be, encompass someone who has these very caring and nurturing characteristics, right? So the King of Cups has been... He's an older king. Right, so he's been around the block for a little bit. I feel like he's met many people, and he knows and understands quite how, just how people work, right? So this king is a very mature king, very emotionally mature king. He understands his emotions. He allows himself to feel emotions. However, he does not let his emotions rule him. He rules with his emotions. So I feel like that's the difference. And I feel like it might be that you guys are trying to encompass this feeling. But I'm almost... So I'm getting like 2 groups of people. Either the people that want to work on these sort of kingly qualities, and the people that want to work on this queenly quality, right? Because you have the fire queen, and then you have the air and the watery king. So closely related, you have the King of Swords, which is an air king, right? So that's air signs. Those are Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. This is also an older king. He's been very hardened by war. He's a lot more logical. He understands that miscalculations can mean the losing of lives out in the battlefield. So he, especially with this wolf, I'm getting a very strong sense of loyalty. I feel like this king really cares about loyalty, really cares about the well-being of others, and really wants to come to a logical solution, I feel. Right? I feel like with this King of Cups, there's like an element of wanting to... I feel like there's almost like someone who has an immature version of this energy. And then lastly, I have, and like for some of you guys in your situation, all 3 of these people might be different people. But definitely, I'm also seeing this Queen of Wands, right? The Queen of Wands is very stern. She's very powerful, and she cares about people. I feel like this particular Queen of Wands is very... I'm getting a lot of the same, honestly. I'm getting like a lot of time and a lot of like hard life lessons have been through these three people, these two kings and this queen, and I feel like you guys are really taking that and learning what lessons these people have to have, right? So what I haven't mentioned is that the Queen of Wands can represent fire signs, so that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But she's very passionate, and if there's one thing that's very blatant about fire signs, it's that they are very passionate about a lot of things, right? Air signs tend to have or tend to be prone to this sort of apathy that is not present in fire signs. They care about everything. Sometimes they're a little loud, but that's because they care about things, right? And obviously, like, people that have a little bit of both can act this way, or a little bit of one or the other will act a certain way. But I feel like there's almost this need to encompass all these qualities. So having the sort of emotional intelligence to create a solution where you're happy with it, and then having the logical mind to be able to achieve that, I feel like is very important here. I feel like I always say that you should choose with your heart and then use your mind to get there. And I feel like this queen here is urging you to remember that you need to have the drive to actually get there. But I feel like there is something here in the situation that you need to end, because the Eight of Cups talks about walking away, and the Death card talks about the ending of a situation, right? So I feel like there's something here that needs to finish. Maybe there's even something that's been going on for far too long. But I'm seeing those two cards, and then I'm seeing the Fool card, which is the new beginning card. So I'm definitely getting that you guys are long overdue an overhaul, long overdue a change. Especially with this Page of Wands, there's like new communication coming in. The Page of Wands is 2 steps below the Queen of Wands. So I feel that you guys are trying to ignite a little bit more of this passion in your life. I feel like I'm getting the expression like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So I feel like part of the problem here is that if you stress out about everything all the time, you won't be able to make clear decisions. So take a moment to de-stress. Take a moment to do things that you like, do things that you care about. I'm getting it for some of you guys. Definitely channel your energy creatively for a lot of you guys. I feel like you guys like drawing, maybe even music, any kind of art, I feel like would be very helpful for you right now to sort of ground yourself. And speaking of grounding, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which talks about stability. And the interesting thing about the Nine of Pentacles is that I call it the Nine... okay, so I call the Nine of Pentacles the single and ready to mingle card, right? So it's very interesting to me that in this particular depiction of the Nine of Pentacles, this woman is looking very longingly at this squirrel. It almost feels like she wants to send a message to someone and some kind of proposal of love, right? Because you have this Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands usually means a passionate message coming forward. So I feel like these two cards in conjunction almost feel like you're trying to leave your singlehood. I feel like you guys have been single for a little bit, or there's been some kind of a big breakup with this Eight of Cups and Death. It may have been a very messy breakup, and I'm looking at this woman here in this Nine of Pentacles, and she almost looks very tired, very like depressed is a good word for it. And I feel like a lot of these lessons that have been taught to you guys are so that you're able to move forward. And I feel like with this Knight of Cups, this King of Swords, or sorry, this King of Cups, King of Swords, and then Queen of Wands, I feel like you're sort of embodying all that energy right now. And I'm sorry if these have been painful lessons, especially with this Eight of Cups and Death. I feel like they have, but this Fool card here is to reassure you that life goes on, and I feel like you're learning that, especially here with this Strength card. I feel like the Strength card is just reassurance of how you're going to come out in the end. You know, I'm getting the expression, what doesn't kill me will only make me stronger, and also the expression like you live and you learn. So like what doesn't kill you, you'll live and you learn, kind of a combination of those two things, right? And like that's very, you know, that's a little cynical, but I really do believe in you guys, and I feel like you guys are able to come out on top here, and I feel like you're going to embody the strength energy. um I didn't mention that the Strength card and the Death card are the cards of Leo and Scorpio. I don't feel like that's very relevant for a lot of you guys, and you know, if it's extra confirmation for signs, then that's good. But I think that with that done, that's your reading for this time around, Pisces. And if you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Pisces videos on Saturday. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.